Yeah, welcome to this video, and we are on move 12 of a 15-minute game, and something rare happened here. I started to I started to do my comments before I started the video, so um, actually a couple of minutes of my comments are gone. So let's see what's here. We've got a King's Indian. And it all started from a somewhat different move order from an old Indian move order, and we came to this typical position. I can look briefly at the opening moves after the game. So yeah, of course, I'm preparing before, and I should play this as soon as possible. Need to get something going on the queen side. A big difference to the classical King's Indian with short castling here, as it is normally played, is that in this position he's got weird knights, d7 on a6 here. So I play just queen a3 intending c5, and he's far away from playing g4. g4 I can just take. My threat now is c5, and he must prevent this move in some way. Not sure that he can. One move probably not working is b6, after which I maybe just can go c5. Not 100% sure. Oh, this is a passive approach. Okay, he probably intends to play g4, yeah, which is of course about the only play that is left for black. So c5 now or something else. Yeah, b5. Yeah, b5, knight c5. Winning a pawn is really bad for white. Shouldn't do that. I can go c5, g4, and then what next? Is he threatening g3? Should I spend one move to play h3? Yeah, I'm not so familiar with these positions. I often play other position types against the King's Indian. I'm not so sure about, for example, the move h3, if this is good in this position. c5, g4, he might play g3 next and get somewhere. Yeah, but still, come on, let's play c5. It's hard to calculate if you should invest one move to make it more difficult to play g4. On h3, I think he would have played. Sorry, on h3 he would have played g4 anyway. Sacrifice a pawn to get knight bishop to h4 in. And it's not clear to me if this really would have been beneficial. c5 is just a quicker move. If he goes g4 now, which is pretty much the only idea that I'm seeing, at least, the question is, how do I continue? Play knight c4, pressurizing d6, or maybe pawn to c6. This also can be good, as it tries to kill the knight on b8. His next move will be g3 anyway, to sacrifice a pawn to get some play. Yeah, takes. Should I take on d6? One thing, if I take on d6, play knight c4, and he goes bishop a, I can think about bishop to b6 really. This could be an idea. Okay, let's take this. And now this move, so that on g3 I can play bishop to b6. If he takes on h2, I will probably just play king h1. Yeah, this is a fairly typical position where white is yeah, if you give, let's describe it in some other way. If you would give this position to a computer for white, it would win absolutely all games, because objectively white is probably winning. The only thing that can happen is you can get mated, because you overlook some tricks, final attack, attacking ideas that black might come up with. Objectively, this is probably just over. Simply those pieces, the knight on a6, knight on b8, they're far too much away from the king side to help in the attack, and it's just not enough pieces on the attacking side. And I may be just threatening b5. b5, knight c5, knight takes d6, and that's it. Yeah, I think g3, you must play g3. Everything else looks by far too slow. And black cannot play, let's say, or takes on f3 or something. This is just lost probably. g3 is the way to go. Maybe bishop to h4 can be considered, maybe. But this probably will get answered by bishop to b6 also. Yeah, bishop b6 was my intention. This bishop move actually has got one very direct idea: bishop to g3 and queen to h4. This is also fairly common, this idea. So bishop to b6. How to continue? Or is do I have some other idea? If I take on h4, a queen takes, knight takes d6. So it's the simplest, of course. But Jenny plays g3, and I'm probably losing because of g3, h3, bishop h3, and I have no defense. It doesn't really help that I took the d6 pawn. I don't really want to take, but this bishop to g3 is of course an attacking idea. Bishop b6, queen to e7, let's say b5, bishop g3. I can take on d6 with the queen, yeah. This is really a lot. But so let's say bishop b6, queen to g5 maybe. b5, bishop g3. No, I don't like it. I don't really like it. So I could also play pawn to g3, but it's not too attractive. Is he threatening something? Yeah, taking and playing g3. Yeah, this is a threat. So b5, he takes on f2 and plays knight c5. This is completely out of this world. It's really bad. Okay, I want to keep this this piece. I think this is better than taking on h4. So queen g5, no, probably. Queen e7. I think I can play b6. This should be good enough. Queen e7, b5. I mean b5. And d6 is hanging with the queen also. So probably it needs to go queen g5. And then after knight d6, play bishop to g3. Yeah, it is dangerous. Yeah, bishop g3. How do I go about that? If I go, is this an idea? Okay, bishop g3 takes, pawn takes, and then he's threatening queen to h4. b5, bishop g3, takes, queen to d6, and queen to h4 I can play. Okay, queen g6, and it's a draw. Yeah, this is getting very spooky here, this position. Yeah, I never feel too comfortable in those positions where black attacks me, even if it is completely winning, which is probably the case. But black always has got some play. So my intention now is bishop g3 takes, queen d6, not the knight, queen d6, so that on queen to h4 there would be queen g6, a6, and at least a draw. Yeah, and his threat is queen to h4 now, and also this is even stronger, taking on h2. This is far more dangerous even. Taking on h2, king takes, queen h4 check, queen g1, king g1, g3, and checkmate. It's not mate. It isn't even mate. It's not mate. I've got bishop g1 after rook move. This is bishop h3 and stuff like that. So I'm hoping for this Queen g6 counterplay. There's also the question if I can play rook somewhere, rook d1, b1 or something, and then bishop g1. But I think it's not possible. For example, after taking, takes on h2, king takes, queen check, king g1, g3, and then a rook move. So that queen h2 check, king f1, queen h1 check. I've got bishop g1 all the way back from b6. Yeah, maybe, but it looks very, very dangerous. Like there's some other moves possible. Yeah, very, very tricky. I think he should take on h2. King takes, queen h4 check, g3, rook somewhere, b1 maybe, and then I don't know, queen h2. Maybe it's not working at all. Queen h2, king f1, queen h1, bishop g1. Cannot even play bishop h3 at the end, as I take g6 with check, queen g6, king h8, queen h5, queen takes h3. Very deep line. Okay, instead of taking on h2, he can also think about queen to h4 now. Aha, something else. Maybe intending to grab on b6. Huh? Also e5. E5 was hanging, of course. But it's still this draw. I mean, with queen to g6. So I can think about just about taking. The other thing I'm not sure if I wait. What if I just take on g4? I've got queen e6 check and queen takes g4. Shouldn't this be good? Okay, no. If I take here, then he can take on b6 first. Knight b6. Knight b6. Taken on g4. If he takes here, but then there's always those draws. Come on. If he just recaptures, I can play queen e6 check and queen takes g4, and this looks really bleak for black. He takes b6. I recapture with the knight. Okay. Check. So then let's go grab the pawn. And also, this is the kind of position. I see. Knight takes b6 is from a tactical point of view tricky, but of course he's got g3 hanging. So let's say king move and then queen takes g4. Queen takes g4. Probably needs to exchange on g4. Bishop takes g4. Bishop Knight takes b6. I can just recapture. g3 is hanging and so on. So come on, take it. This should be really good now. He must exchange, and now he's got g3 hanging as well. So takes here. And now, after taking on a6, I'm threatening a7, promoting. So this is basically a double attack. a7, a double threat, if you want to put it this way. a7 threatens to promote, and this was hanging. So here, and here can, I think, just go here to win even more material. a8 queen is it's not it's not able to prevent it. Yeah, but I can just take this bishop, right? Why not?
Black resigns.
Yeah, one of the rare cases where I actually managed to win such a position. I tend to get mated even in the most winning types of position in the King's Indian Classical. Yeah, we had let's just look back here. I mean, the comments that I did got lost because I didn't press the button. Okay, yeah, well, this is the old Indian. The exchange, I can go all the way back and do a quick recap. The exchange here doesn't give
Check.
white really much, this kind of stuff. Black plays f6, let's say here, f6, something like this. And white has nothing. King is fine on c7. Okay, so knight f3, knight d7. Here, black of course can also play bishop e7 and stay within the old Indian, but this transposes to a King's Indian defense now. And here, I think black should seriously consider bishop knight to g4, simply attacking this bishop, and probably something like this will happen. And black's got counterplay, something like this, and so on. So here he went knight c5, and I don't like this too much because this is the ideal white setup. These knights are protecting the center, and the bishops are on the best squares, especially the e3 bishop. Quite often you have this back on c1 where it doesn't do so much, and here it has got this diagonal. So we have this where white is intending to go with b4. The instant a3, of course, white must consider this. This isn't so clear actually if it is great for black, but you don't want that. b3, yeah, and maybe here it's one point where black has chances to improve. This is very unlikely to succeed in this position because you have the knights on the queen side, and they're not on e7, g6, f6, and so on. So this firepower you need on the king side is off on the queen side, and you even gain time on those pieces. Yeah, I was unsure. Queen e1 is I don't know if this is the best move. He intends this with an exchange or activation of this piece. The problem is, in general, if I play something like this, for example, here, black can play this move, and this can be very, very annoying. It looks like very, I don't know, Like it doesn't lead to much, but it's dangerous. Just have a look, for example, this kind of stuff. I cannot go h3 because of the sacrifices, and yeah, it's very simple. How do you defend this? It's in a practical game, it's not easy. It is probably good for white, but not sure of all. So this prevents bishop h4 altogether, and now we switch back to this g5 plan. And here, this is really a good King's Indian. Those knights are not well placed, and he is not quick on the king side. Yeah, here we are back in this in the sorry, in the part of the game where I actually was able to do commentary. Yeah, thanks for watching this game. I hope it was enjoyable.